G'day everyone, welcome to another edition of Craps Down Under. Today we're going to continue building our bankroll from 1k to 2k. I realised on my last video that I didn't pay for my whites, so I do need to owe the house $20. So I'll take this one and hand back 5. So we've still got our 2 reserve bankrolls of 400. I'll chuck them over here, out of the way, and of course you wouldn't be bringing these with you to play, you'd be keeping them at home or in your safe or wherever. You're only playing with your session bankroll, which is 500. So this bankroll we're trying to get up to 400. Once we get all these to 400, we'll be continuing to push them all up to 500. So 314 is what we have there. So today I'm going to try and make my target, in that 20 to 30%, which is going to be 100 to 150. I want to try and hopefully get on the higher side of that if the dice cooperate. I'm going to get some reds, and I'll also make sure I pay for my whites today. Alright, so $20 of whites. Alright, so let's get started. I'm just going to go at the 2 unit level, see how the table goes. I might use a pressing up. We'll just have to see what the dice do. I'll try and work. Hopefully we don't get bitten, but I'd rather try and get hits earlier in the shooter's hand so we can start making our profit sooner. So coming out, we've got a 6, came hard. So that's going to pay 15 for 1. And I'm going to press. Alright, so mark the point, need to remember to do that. Alright. And unfortunately, that's as far as we got. Not much further, 7. So that's to be expected sometimes. So we'll go up again, 2 units. Alright, we'll be on. Get some new dice. Here we go, got some new dice. Alright, so coming out, 3. So shooter's wasted 2 rolls now. So that's not what we want to see. And we got caught on the 7. Usually I do go off, but I was thinking, well, maybe they'll roll a point and we'll get 1. My idea there was to get 1 point and then go off, go down. But we've been caught by 2 7s. So a pretty rough start today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to the 3. So far the house is, or the shooters are maintaining an advantage over us. Given it is 70%, we are expected to win 70% of the time. But remember, we've only managed to get 1 hit, and the house is maintaining an advantage with only a 30% probability to maintain that advantage. They're still somehow maintaining that advantage on the few rolls that we've had. So I'm expecting, at some point, the house can't continue to maintain an advantage over us with only a 30% probability, because we have the probability advantage of 70% getting hit. So I'll be working, but sometimes you can just keep getting burnt. 4. 4's the point on the outside. I prefer it was on the inside. 5. Okay, so we've got a hit. So we're going to get paid 21. And I'm going to use that and press. So I need to be a little bit aggressive. Press up to 24. So basically got 4 units. We've got the 6. So it's going to pay us 28. I'll pay it in reds. 28. I'm going to go for the extra hit here. We've got the 6. Alright, I'm going to again take it in reds. $28. Alright, I might pick up the 9, but I'll go down. Drop down a couple. Just 2 units. So trying to lock up some. And we've got the 8 again. So that's 15 for 1. I'll just press it up. 4, shooters hit their point. Right, so we'll be off by default. 7, so that doesn't hurt us. I'm happy the shooter gets those 7s out on their come outs. 5. Alright, so now we're working. 6. Okay, that's another 15. 15 for 1. I'll rack and press. And we've got a 6 back to back. Alright, so we've got 3 units on there. It's going to pay 21. Alright, so we've got basically 40, well actually a bit more than that. So I'm going to pull down some of this. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we're obviously up. We've recovered those nasty 7 outs that we had. But I'm aware that we're fairly long in the shooter's hand at this point. So I'm just going to go down to kind of a minimum on the 6 and 8. 1 unit. Now we've got the 8. And at this point I'm just going to collect. That one's paid for. And there's our 7. So kind of getting there. So in the end, we paid for 1, probably lost about $5. Not too bad. Not even sure if I paid that outright, if I paid it out as 6 or 7, but anyway, doesn't matter. Just had a feeling I didn't do the payout right. Alright, so what are we going to do now? So we're obviously ahead. We've got ourselves $40. Right, 35 I mean. Oh, plus what we've got over here. So yeah, over $40. So about halfway to our target. So let's just play conservative. If things keep going our way, we'll do some pressing up like what we did on that last shooter. Let's get some new dice. These two will do. Alright, coming out. And we've got 8, came hard. there, so we need to get paid 15 for one. And we'll use that, press, put some caps on, and devil showed, and that's all she wrote. So that wasn't a, we made the wrong move, should have maybe regressed, but the shooter did do the right thing. They came straight out, hit their point, so we were in a good spot to get another hit, given we've got the 70% advantage versus 30 against us. Alright, so I'll start again at the 2 unit level. Be working. Alright, these two. And we're working, coming out, and whack. So I got whacked again. So all our hard work, all of our winnings have now been taken back by the house. We're a little bit down. So that's two nasty shooters. We'll see what this shooter does. Midnight. So this has been all two wasted rolls as far as I'm concerned. 6. So they've set the point on the 6. Now the question is do we risk this shooter, given they've already bitten us? I may risk 2 units on the 6 and 8, and if they don't hit anything, 9, we're not on the 9. And 7. So probably not a good shooter to have risked, but you can't tell. You don't know what the shooter's actually going to do, but it didn't start well and it didn't end well. So I have to again go up a little bit. So I might hand one of these in. Alright. A little bit here. Alright, so we are risking a little bit more here. We're trying to make back some of those losses, and we are working. 12 midnight, it's not what we want to see. 4. Again, that's still not what we want to see. This will be my last roll. We've got 6, okay. So we got the hit, and that's going to pay 35. And what I will do, I'll now take this back and just go to our, basically our 34, so because now our action is paid for. Right, so action is paid for. We'll see if we get another hit. And no. So we made $1 on that shooter, which is not really what we want for all the risk that we took. It's a pretty lousy outcome. So we've had quite a number of poor outcomes continuously. So at some point we have to have a shooter do something. Because we're having a little bit of a bad run. Alright, there we are, there's 2. Alright, so we're working. We've got a 9, we're not on the 9, but 9 is the point. Hit the 9, so again, play no HCM, you just got hurt. Potentially maybe we should move to the 9. We'll still stay on. 10. Alright, so I'll give this guy one more roll and that's it. hit the 10. Wow, so he's just sharpshooting and not really hitting anything else. So I'm kind of a little bit shy of the shooter now, just because they're not really hitting the numbers we're on. And I'm just going to go for the 6 and 8. Just play the bare minimum on him. Alright, and I need to get $1 back. Alright, so we're off. That should have been on, of course. Finally they hit an inside, now we're working. 5, we're not on the 5. Alright, 8. So we got one. 15. 15 for 1. We needed something to come in. Because the shooters have so far been pretty well dodging us and just rolling 7s and somehow dodging the numbers we're on. We haven't been really getting too much. Now the question is, do we want to risk any more on this shooter? Because I'm kind of feeling they're probably getting towards the end of it. Maybe I'll go down to 1 unit, just play the 6 and 8. So aces. Alright, 4. Alright, I'm just going to go off. We're not hitting what we want. Let them breeze on by. 5. We're not on the 5. That's ace deuce, rubbish. It's a lot of wasted rolls. Ace deuce, rubbish. That's why I'm going off. They're just not hitting what we're on. They've kind of managed to avoid us for most of the hand, except for the couple of hits that or the 1 hit that we got, and then they've rolled the 7. So the shooter's not giving you much. There's no point to stay on them. Alright, so we avoided, at least we saved ourselves $12. Alright, so I'm going to try again at this higher level. And it is a bit of a risk, but we've had a bit of a run of losses. So at some point we have to get a couple of hits. It is a 50% outcome. We're not asking for too much. We're just asking for a 50% outcome. In fact, most of the time, once you've got the 1 hit, it's actually 70% is all you're relying on. So that's midnight. And okay, so another one of these rubbish rollers. So I'm going to just go off, because they're just rolling junk, wasting their rolls. Not sure what that is. It could have been an 8. Probably is an 8. It was a little bit off the table there. I'll call it an 8. It didn't go right off. So they're on that. Do I work? Maybe I don't have the confidence on this shooter to really work at that level. So I'm just going to put the 2 units on the 6 and 8. And we got the 6. Oops, that rolled. Oh, so we're going to get 15 for 1. Do we want to press or not? I'll go for it, but we might come unstuck. $10. I'll give us one more roll and then I'll take my action down. 8. Alright, so they got their point. So I will indulge pressing up, taking the risk, but I always kind of limit my rolls for that I do that for. And so we've got the 3 units there, pays 21. So we've got 14 and 21, so that's actually not too bad. We've made some money on this shooter. look at our rack. We're kind of getting back to even. 1, 2. So how many have I got here? 5. Alright, so I'll take that one back. Oops, drop that. Pick him up. Alright, so I've still got 300 there, 400. So basically back to 500. So basically back at square one. So what do we want to do? Shooter's got a new come out. I'll let them set the point, see how they go. I'll set the point on the 8. So they are a little way along in their hand. Maybe I'll just do a very basic hit and pull. That's kind of what I think I'll do here. Well, they're on the outside. Alright, I'll give you one more roll and then I'm 9. Okay, so we got one. So that pays us 7. So I'll just hit and pull. Back-to-back 9s, but we're not on it. 8, okay. Whoops, that, I flicked that in. Use an 8, so they've hit their point again. So the shooter's has surprised me. They've actually gone on a lot longer than I kind of anticipated. So we potentially could have made more money by pressing on them. Alright, so we're off. 8, back on the 8. So it's back-to-back 8s. So it is a feature of this shooter. They've actually have rolled repeaters a lot of the times. So we're now working just our 6 and 8. And we got the 8. So given these are kind of paid for, I'll just maybe press it. I might be risking it. No, look, I'll go off. I kind of think the shooter's done at this point. I'll just rack that up. It's a new come out anyway. So we're off. Nothing on the felt. 10. Now, will this shooter continue to roll? I'm kind of reluctant to put anything out at this point. The shooter's kind of almost done. So we haven't missed anything by staying away. That's a rubbish number, ace deuce. They've hit a 9, so they're coming back onto the inside. Another rubbish number. Another outside number. So far by being off, we haven't lost anything. And the shooter's rapidly going through their hands. Finally, they've got an 8 here. So that's one we would have potentially got paid on. They really are surprising me how long they're holding in there. 8 again. So we've obviously made the wrong call by being off. The shooter's definitely hitting repeaters. All right. Wow, an 8 again. So made the wrong call by being off. A 9 again. So given we're so far in, I'm going to just stay away. And there's our 7. All right. Okay. So we did miss about 3 good hits on our 8 there. So that's a little bit unfortunate that we didn't capitalise on that. And that was one of those sort of more rare hands where the shooter keeps going and going and going and for whatever reason doesn't roll the 7. But we still made money out of them, so it's not all bad. We made a chunk out of them, so I'm not too sad. All right. Oops, here we go. All right, so we're on. and got the 7. So that's kind of annoying. Finally get back to even and then get blasted. So it's like we're just going round and round and round in a washing machine, not getting anywhere. It's an EO, so this shooter I'm just going to probably steer clear of them because they're just so 2 wasted numbers and an outside. Yeah, they'll probably tease me with one or two insides. Oh no, they didn't do that. They just 7'd out straight away. So good riddance to you. All right, so I'm going to try and at least get a hit. Try and get a hit here on these numbers. I seem to be having a bit of luck on the 9, so maybe I'll do the 9. So I'll do the 6, 8, 9. So we're on. 2 dice. And here we go. 6, all right. So we got a hit. That's a $35 hit. So that will now pay for our action. Now the question is do I want to try and go for the next hit? And it is a gamble because we are risking $85 here. 85 bucks, we've made 35. It is a gamble to stay up, or we just pull back down, play conservative. And do this, which is $34. And that way we've taken all our risk. We've got no bankroll exposure. We've actually locked up $1. I'm kind of, the safe play is nice, but you can actually lose a little bit of profit, but I'd rather, it's okay, I'm still going to make 15 bucks. Okay, it's not 35, but it's 15, but I'm not actually risking anything here other than a bet that's been paid for. Now, didn't mark the point, it was a 6, so I need to do that. That's a yo. And a 4. So we should be able to get 2 hits on the inside before a 7. That's what we should be able to get. There we go, we've got one. 70% of the time, we should be able to do it. So 8, I'm going to get paid 15 for the 1. So I'm just going to get that green back because it's a little bit harder to tell where I am for you guys watching. So we are even in our rack at this point. So we're back to square one. We've got some action on the felt, with which to make some more profit. So we are ahead, only slightly. And we got the 9. So I'm glad we shifted to the 9. That's another $15 winner, $14 winner. All right, so now what do we want to do? Do we want to collect? Do we want to press? I'm kind of inclined to try our luck at a press. Doesn't mean we won't get burnt, but remember we've collected profit. He just doesn't want to stay in there. All right, boom. That's what being greedy gets you. Nothing. Takes away your profit. So yeah, we lost a little bit there because we pressed it up instead of racking it, but it was one of those gambles that we were deliberately taking. All right, let's see how we go. We'll be on, coming out, and we've got an 8. Eight's the point, and we're going to get paid 15. Actually, I'll have to pay it out exactly because I don't have any whites. So I paid out as 14. All right, so we'll press, Hoping to get that second hit. And we got the second hit. Fantastic. Alright, so it's going to pay 21. Alright, so I'll rest this back down. Lock up something. So at least our action's paid for. I've got midnight. And we've got 9. We're not on the 9. Oops, dice are everywhere. 10. Alright, so maybe one more roll. Got the 5. Awesome. That locks in a little bit more profit for us. Okay, so we have made something out of this shooter. 6. Alright, now they're cooking. Sorry, a 1. Right. Ace, deuce. Back onto the rubbish again. Back on the 5. I've been loving that 5. We love the 5 today. There we go. Alright, so I'll just put that there. So we know we've got 300 here. And I'm just looking at where we're at. We've still got 30 on the felt. We've got 25. So we've got 50 there in our rack plus 30 on the felt. So 80. So we're kind of going to getting pretty close to our target. Very, very close. And unfortunately the 7 got us. So we'll kind of roll on to see if we get that one extra hit, but we didn't get it. So it was very, very close, and then we lost basically $34 on the felt. So not what we wanted. So let's see. Again, I'm just going to take a minimum amount of risk here. And need to get some more whites. Okay. Alright, some new dice. Here we go. Now, are we going to work? Let's try and work. God, we've got slammed on working on the come out today. Very few times I think it's actually paid for us either. It's been one of those sessions where we get a couple of hits, get ahead, get back to even, and then we lose it all again. So sometimes it is like a washing machine and you're just going round and around and around. And it really does feel like that today. Not getting anything, not getting anywhere. Four, 5. All right. Let's go. Let's be on again. Is the shooter going to get back-to-back 7s? I don't know. They've got a 4. So on the outside, you know, geez, not happy about that. 7 outside. Hit their point. Again, just as well we're not playing OHCM. Alright, so do we want to be on? Maybe we will. 4, back on the 4. Alright, so just going to stay off you. You're not going anywhere. You're wasting all your rolls on nothing we're interested in. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of half rolled off the table, so it maybe is a 6. And there's a 7. So good riddance to you. Don't need that. Alright, so new shooter. See what you can do. We should be on actually. But got creamed. Good as I called it on. Alright. So getting smashed on the come outs and a bunch of 7s. Alright, so we're going to be on again. We've got an 8, came hard. Alright, so this is where we paid 35 and we're going to press each of these up. Alright, so we want to get a $49 hit. What did I say? It was an 8, wasn't it, I think? So $49 hit if it hits. Got 10. God, I'm not even sure what that is. Maybe it's a yo. Alright. 5. Alright, so we've got our hit. Okay, so that's, I don't have any whites. Okay, I'm going to have to pay it out the long way. $49. I'm going to go for 2. Bad call. It just was destined to land. It just didn't even, it just literally landed flat straight onto 7. So that was a really, really bad call on my part, leaving it up there. But I thought we might have been able to milk an extra one because we've had such a bad run of shooters just 7ing all over the place. Thought we might have had one that could have at least got maybe 2 or 3 hits, but no. Alright, so I'm going to go up again. And we'll be working. 3. Why is it every time I go up we get these shooters that just waffle around in the nonsense? 7, so got smashed again. So it's really not going well for us. Really not going well for us at all. Alright, so, but sometimes you just have to stick it out. Alright, we're going to give this one go. Because that was basically an $85 loss. I don't know why these chips just don't want to stay in sometimes. Alright, so we'll be on. How many 7s can we get? Alright. 8. Finally we got an inside number. Alright, 35. Mark the point. So take that off. Press, press, press. And we need 2 and 2. Alright. 7 again. Wow. So this is kind of one of those nemesis rolls. We were back to even. Now we're way down. We're literally ploughing through our bankroll. So we're having a bad run. Yeah, I must have taken that off. Alright, so ploughing through our bankroll. But I'm still going to go up because we have to recover. And the moment we don't go up, we'll get that hot shooter and he'll just go breeze on past us and we'll be too gun shy to actually make any profit. So, giving it another go, working, 3, alright, 6, okay. 6, let's see how bad it can go this time. Alright, so press, and really we should be able to get 2 hits. It's 70% in our favour to get 2 hits to get the second hit. To get this next hit, it's 70% in our favour. It's not like it's not a likely outcome. I need to get back $1. So even when you're playing with probability in your favour, which is what we are, it's 70% against 7, which is 30%. It's still been able to beat us so many times in a row, it's kind of ridiculous. But the dice don't have to cooperate. They can. There's a lot of variance in the game. So there's 50 for 1. I'll just leave our profit there. So I'm going for it again. 4. Up to the table. Alright. 5. Okay, so another 50 for 1. Gonna have to let me get some whites. Let's get back 4 whites. I'll get 2 greens. So that's kind of got us back one of these hundreds. All right, so I'll get it back a black here. All right, and 7 out. Pushed it too far. So all in all, we lost our 90 bucks. We did make 100. So all in all, we didn't really do too well on that shooter because we left our money up trying to make another hit. But we do need to recover. Unfortunately, we only made $10 out of that shooter, maybe $8 because it was 49 for 1. So we made $8 out of that shooter. Not good enough. All right, so I'll get back our greens. I was pushing to get that extra hit. Doesn't mean the dice are going to give it to you though. Maybe we'll go on the 9 this time. Spin on. Alright, so coming out. 8. Alright, 35. So we'll press. Press. Alright, so I think it was 8, wasn't it? Alright. And we've got 6. Alright, so that's 50 for 1. Again, in that situation where we don't have any, we'll get back 4 whites, 2 greens. Alright, so if we can get another one, 6 again. Alright, so getting back a black. 200 there. I've almost got my 100 back here. Now this time I'm going to try and do that hit again. Got the 9, fantastic. All right, so now I'm going to regress. I feel like I've pushed my luck as far as I dare. All right, so 200, 300. I'll take everything back down. All right, I'm going to get back a bunch of reds. Those greens. Okay, all right. Let's see where we're at. So 200, 300, 400, almost back to even again. So I feel like we are in the washing machine, but the shooter's doing okay. We'll go up in at the 2 unit level now. Six. Maybe we're being too scaredy cat. Should have pressed this one. All right. Midnight. Four. Four again. All right, so we're not getting what we want. Five. Maybe we might have got something there, but we pulled down. And right, so I'm going to go off. We went off at the wrong time. We've got a 6. But I think we've kind of milked most of what this shooter's going to give us. More rubbish there. 10, so outside. Oh, 8, so they've hit their point. So they actually got there. They actually have had a few inside hits. But how efficient are they? That's one of the things I look at, is how efficient are they at hitting the numbers we're on. And it's kind of, that's the right word, it's the efficiency. If they're wasting their rolls on the numbers we're not on, that's kind of what makes me turn off on my bets or take my action down. I'm looking at how efficiently are they hitting the numbers, so that we're on, whatever they happen to be. So that's kind of what I look at. And if I get a couple of rolls where they're just not, 2 or 3 rolls where they're just not hitting it, then I kind of get a bit concerned, because I'm taking all this risk. I'm not actually getting hits. I'm not getting any return on my investment. Any return for that risk I'm taking on those rolls. Doesn't mean they won't necessarily hit my numbers, which is what they did just do then. They hit our numbers, but it's more to do with how efficiently are they hitting the numbers versus the other rubbish that they might be rolling. So anyway, we're off on the come out. 10. All right, so I might just stay away. 9. All right. Midnight. All right, I'm going to try one hit here. 6. All right, so we got one. It's not much. Just rack a couple of bucks and I'll pick up the 9. I seem to be having a long roll. Sometimes shooters do that. They just have these freaky rolls. and there's a 7. So we did get caught a little bit there. Probably shouldn't have stayed on, probably should have just racked that. But it's a gamble. Alright, so where we're at, I'm going to try the 3 unit level. Need to get some more whites here. Alright, so to work or not, I'm going to work, but we haven't had much luck on these come outs. We got one, 6. Hoo-hoo. Finally, one paid off. Alright, so we get paid 21 there. 21, so I'm going to press. And might actually pick up the 9 as well. I'll put my 9 and 5 at 15. Yeah, and I'm pressed up my 6 and 8. So 1, 2, ace deuce. 7, go away. Come on. Should have been able to get 2 hits, but 7s have been coming out at just the wrong time for us this session. It actually is a big factor in in how things go for you. It's the timing of the 7s rather than how many there are. You know, if those 7s come out at the wrong time, that's when it really hurts. So again, we'll go up 2. We need to get some more. So we're again in this washing machine. It just keeps tumbling us around, and we're just not able to get ahead. Just not able, for whatever reason, just not able to make it. We're not able to get up to that point. We started to get close. We were about $80. We needed 1 hit. I think maybe one hit, because we had a bunch of whites. So I think the 1 hit we would have actually got to that $100 target, and then everything just went backwards for us from that point. So it was one point of the game where we got close to our target. So 9. Alright, take that off now. Maybe I'll move us to the 9. Got the 9. Again, anytime a shooter hits their point, it's bad if you're on the OHCM. Alright, what am I going to do here? Press. Pick up that one. Alright, so I've hit their point. Now, do we want to work or not? We've had a lot of shooters rolling a lot of 7s, so I'm kind of hoping we've got through that cluster of 7s, but we may not. But we're going to work anyway. Yo. And 5. Alright, so we've got a hit. 5's the point. 15 for 1. Alright, so again, I'm going to press my insides. And I'll get some whites. And I want to get some hits on that 6 or 8. I've got a hit on the 6. We've got 24 on there. Yep. So we get paid 28. Paid out in reds. Now, do I want to regress? I mean, we really do have to make some profit here. We just can't keep playing scared. 8. Alright, another 28. Right, so we hit the point where I think we've rolled the dice, so to speak. We have got a little bit back. I'll just play the 2 units. 4, we're not on the 4. We're on the 6. Okay. 15. 4, 1. So collect. So if I look at all our action, I think we're kind of basically back even. And I'm going to end the video here because the video's gone too long. It's gone way too long and I've hit my time limit because I've already had enough. When I feel like I've had enough and I'm not getting anywhere, I've been fighting and fighting and fighting and just really just not able to get anywhere. So, need 3 there. Alright, so got a spare. So, haven't got much, as you can see, $21, not a lot, but given where we went, we got down pretty low. We had like I think 100 and maybe 150 or so in our rack, somewhere around there, 160 in our rack. Given the fight we've had, it doesn't mean that the tide hasn't turned, but I'm just basically said, look, I've had enough, given it long enough. I'm going to have a break and come back and attack this again in the next session. So I'll just roll this shooter out for giggles. I got an 8. Back-to-back 8s. So obviously if we'd have stayed on the shooter, making $28 wins, we might have got something, but then we would have lost what we probably gained there on those 2 hits. So it was kind of still the right thing to do. As yeah, I know I'm throwing this and doing payouts and that, your muscle movements are going to be different. So it's really just a bit of an academic exercise to roll it out to see what might have been. Yeah, I'm not going to say that would have been our future because the minuteness of physical interactions of surfaces and frictions and all that stuff is going to be different from moment to moment. So it's really just a bit of fun. So 21, we'll chuck that over here. It's not a loss, and that's the important thing. It's not a loss. We gave it a good shot. Colour that one up. So 35, so 335. It's not where we want it to be. We want it to get to the $400 level. We're not quite there, but get this back and I'll get back 2 for my reds. So there we're at. All done. Live to fight another day. It's obviously what I'm doing here, I'm doing it as real as I can do it. And when you are playing the game of craps and you are fighting your way around and just not getting anywhere, we were really getting beaten up for quite a while through that session. Sometimes you just got to accept that's all the table's going to give you that day. And if we keep pushing and pushing and pushing, maybe we will get there, but maybe we'll also get frustrated and start doing bigger bets, sillier bets, taking more risks. Because I did take risks. There were occasions there where I didn't pull down my action and we got burnt, and that was me trying to, force a result, get some more out of the table. And it is gambling. You can never be right all the time. But when you have that tendency where you're wanting more out of the table and you're kind of demanding it and expecting something, that's kind of when you can often come unstuck. So I'm recognising that. I've spent enough time trying to make a profit. Okay, I only got made 21 bucks. All right, but I didn't lose anything. The session ended on a positive, and that's a positive. So I'll take a dollar win or even neutral any day over taking a loss. So I'll leave it there. I'll probably have another session later on today at some point, and hopefully I can get these videos posted up both today so you can see them, and look forward to your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching.